What's going on, guys? This is the Illegal Defense, episode 8. We're in week 8 of NFL. We're gonna get into some of the games that we had last week. A lot of crazy games, and I mean a lot of games that we kind of called right.
Yeah.
Uh, first game we're gonna get into is the Seahawks Chargers game. Seahawks came out on top, 37-23, and they seem to just keep on rolling, and they seem to keep playing well.
Yeah, and if you tuned in last week, we had this as a one of our best bets. I believe it was Seahawks +6 or 6.5. You kind of called outright that they'd probably creep in and get the win here. They did exactly that. We talked about Geno Smith recently having this offense rolling. They're surprising people. They had Rashad Penny go down. Kenneth Walker steps in.
Right in and doesn't miss a beat.
He's just a beast. He's proven as a rookie. He's a solid, starting running back. Probably, one of the better running backs in the league already as a rookie, performance wise. So, they're able to do enough on defense to hold the Chargers. Their offense puts up enough points. Clearly, they're one of the better scoring offenses in the league. Surprisingly,
which is crazy.
We see DK Metcalf go out, which is surely not going to help them moving forward. But look, Geno's been overcoming all odds so far. They still have Lockett. They'll lean more on the run game as they've been doing. So, but yeah, definitely a huge win for the Seahawks to cement themselves at the top of that division.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
less.
They're number one in their division with the 49ers, the Rams, and the Cardinals. So
Yeah.
that's definitely an impression to be made.
And this is something that we do actually see these things happen every year, where team goes from last to first in a division. Happens like clockwork in the NFL.
Right.
And that's a tremendous thing because of the parity that you're never that far. We hear all the time that the difference between winning and losing is razor thin, and how it's the small stuff that change everything. Well, the Seahawks come in and what it was, the toughest division in football until, or so we thought, until
The AFC West.
that AFC West kind of
And
got
then-
stacked, but that hasn't been looking that great either. But this NFC West, they come in, they would have been clearly picked to finish last with all those teams, and now they're
Right.
sitting at top of it, like you said, all those guys, and just playing impressive football. Pete Carroll, this guy, I don't know,
He's
he
just
found
feeling
youth.
alive or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's getting older, but he's still happy and joyful, and having fun with his guys, and it's a fun story and a fun team to watch.
Yeah, I think that's part of Geno's success. In Geno's earlier stages of his career, he was on the Jets, and obviously we know the kind of organization that the Jets were at the time, and he had that whole incident with the locker room, where he had gotten punched in the jaw, broke his jaw. He was out for a few weeks. I'm sure he lost a lot of people on that team's respect after that. Kind of turned into a journeyman. Played with Phillip Rivers, played with Eli Manning, played with Russ, and I think that kind of translates to his game now in a sense, because it's like he had all that mentorship that he didn't have when he was on the Jets, and then he's playing with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's coaching him up, and you can see it in the game. You can see it throughout the game, even in the Chargers game. There was a point where Pete Carroll was telling him like, "Yo, settle down. It's all right." And I mean, he settled down and ended up scoring in that on that same exact drive. So, and he's not taking like his completion percent. I'm pretty sure he's the number one completion. He has the number one completion percentage.
Yeah, he's taking what the defense gives them.
Right.
But
He's taking shots down the field.
I was gonna say he's doing it the right way though, because he still takes shots, but he's not timid.
No.
He's not being a game manager. He's taking what he can get.
He's taking risk,
and
too.
taking and managing the risk. So that way they do it the right way. And then when your running game is clicking the way it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
then-
in this game, what is this? 214 to 58.
Yeah,
rushing
that's
yards.
crazy
I mean, look, that's
considering the
bad.
personnel. So
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like we said, the Seahawks team, they're playing well this year. Nice surprise team, and yeah, it'll be fun to see how far they could take this thing.